All right, so I had just finished the last video and basically put there's some things that I missed. So the first thing is I forgot to publish the page. So once you get back, you need to make sure you hit publish, which I did after recording, and I apologize about that. So you want to make sure you publish the page. And once you actually see the site, I'm going to go back in. Let me go ahead and copy the link for that page, and I'm going to go back into the home page. So I'm going to go to all pages, and I'm going to open this in a new tab so that page stays open. And I'm going to come back down to the home page and click edit with Elementor. And I'm going to come down to the image itself that I want to edit, and I'm going to hover over this, and I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to come down. It says link to. We're going to do custom URL, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that in and hit save. And that way this creates this as a hyperlink that will actually take you to the page. And the next thing I'm going to do is I create these pages. I have how to make this website. So instead of, and this just links out to the main video. So instead of having this, I'm going to actually replace this with a link to this page. So basically I'm going to go ahead and hit save again just to play it safe. And now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and hit exit, and I'm going to go to dashboard. And once you're here, I'm going to go into the menus under appearance, and I'm going to add that link. So instead of having this, I'm going to go ahead and remove that link, and I'm going to go in here and do how to start and add to menu. And we're going to move this up and save menu. So if you come back to the page and you reload, you'll notice that changes to how to start, which will take you to this page. So if you go back to home, you'll see the same thing, and then you can click on it, and it takes you to the page. So basically that's how you do that. And while I'm actually here, I want to show you my YouTube process. So this is a template that I've created. It was actually a free template that I downloaded and customized for myself. And so I'm going to go ahead here and let's change this, I don't know, 120. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm playing around with it. Okay. So basically I'm uploading the other video. Let me go ahead. Let's see here. Alright, so I have the other video that I just recorded for you guys up, and I need to, and you can do your custom thumbnail and do a lot of stuff like the videos over 15 minutes. You have to verify your YouTube account, which is not difficult. I'll actually add that to the list of tutorials to make for you guys. So basically once it's here, I'm going to go ahead and do the custom thumbnail. So I'm going to come up here, and one of the tricks that I've learned is you can use file info to kind of give some information on what that picture is about. So if you come in here, I have a little bit of a write-up, but since it's the same video, I'm not going to go ahead and change this. So I'm going to go ahead and back out and just go ahead and save as. And when I do images for my website, you want to make sure if it's for your website that you do save for web. That way, you know, it actually optimizes the picture and it doesn't make the picture super huge like the file size, because that would slow your website down. But we're going on YouTube. They can handle the bandwidth, and it's just the thumbnail, so they optimize it. They have software and stuff that'll do that for you. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to JPEG and go desktop, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the name, YouTube thumbnail, how to make a website part dos. Okay, and hit save. So, okay, we are done with this. I'm going to go back over here, click custom thumbnail, and open. So now I have that. I'm going to go ahead and add it to the playlist. Leave it public. And I'm going to go ahead and share this. How to make a website tutorial. And I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. So now that that one's done, I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the next page that I'm going to build. So if you come back to the home page, and I'm actually not going to use that. I'm going to cancel the rest of these out. I don't need that open or any of these. So basically put here's the second video, and that's automatically on that playlist that we put on this video when we made this. So I won't have to worry about changing links or anything like that. So the next thing I'm going to do from the dashboard, I'm going to go ahead and go to dashboard so you can see the whole thing. So in the dashboard, the next thing is to work on the next page. So if you come down, it's where it started page. So basically I'm going to come over to the dashboard, hover over pages and click add new. And then we're going to go ahead and this is the thing, right? You'll find yourself as you build sites and you start building more and more that you come up with ideas and concepts and change your game plan a lot. So what I'm going to do is, instead of actually creating a where it started page, this is actually I'm going to actually use the Gary V bio page, which basically is the about page, and I'm going to make that the actual page for where it started. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click edit page and then edit with Elementor. And I created this in the text editor. And what happens when you do that is that actually creates a text block for you. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not really liking the layout because it has the title up here. So if you come back, you can actually go back to dashboard and you can get rid of the header real quick and make it full width and do all this stuff that you can do with the other pages and the way we've been setting it up with the other pages. So we're going to come down here to the, or did I pass it? I passed it. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to, first of all, make this 100% full width, go to title and disable the title, and I'm going to update that. And then once that finishes updating, I'm going to go in and edit with Elementor. All right. So unfortunately, if you noticed earlier, it does not save the editing, the spacing and stuff like that here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. And there it goes. As soon as we clicked on it, it went ahead and added that. So basically this is going to stay the same. The only thing that's different is I want to make sure I'm going to add a new section here. And it didn't work. There we go. Let's try this again. Add section. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other page. And I'm going to actually come up here and I'm going to grab the Gary V Web 2.0, which you see I've watched it a couple times. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up.
People listen, but they don't do anything. Doing something.
Grab the URL and I'm going to come back over here in the Elementor and I'm going to go ahead and drop that video in here. So we're going to have kind of the same setup, basic setup from the start. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that video in and we're going to drag this one to the top. And then we're going to go ahead and edit the section, stretch, full width, style. We'll do background. We'll go back to a light gray. Advanced. Here we go with this one again. Let's see if I can get it right. See? Still don't. Okay. once again, got to go into the video to do that. So basically, we're going to come in here. All right, now let's take this to 75. And then we're going to go ahead and add another section. Go here, heading. Watch and learn how Gary V became, actually let's do this, how Gary Vaynerchuk became, let's go, alright, so we're going to go ahead and center this. That's the plan, at least. Why is, what, there we go. Maybe it's just taking a second. Alright, hold on. I'll get back to that in a second. We're going to go style. There we go. That's what it is. Okay. Alright. So we're going to take this to the green. And we're going to actually move this up real quick. And take this down to 75. No. Let's do 84. All right. And let's try this again. And I don't know why it's not letting me go center. There we go. Just took a second. All right. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and go back to style, click the typography, make it a little bigger. And so I have this video here, which is the Web 2.0 conference. One, if you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. This is the video that grabbed most of the tech space's attention for Gary. But the thing is I want to add something else. There's a video that he did, and I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Who is Gary Vaynerchuk? Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Who is Gary Vaynerchuk? This is a really cool video. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. It's a little animated history of who Gary Vaynerchuk is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to cancel this out. And I'm going to add that here. So we're going to come down. Let's add a new section. Grab this. Drop the video in. We're going to test it and see if I remembered how to fix this time. Paste that in. And we're going to edit the section. And let's actually move this up now. go back to edit. There we go. And we're going to style, change the background color. Try to get it somewhat to match.
Vaynerchuk, okay. Gary Vaynerchuk is undoubtedly the symbol for hustle, execution, and digital advertising. He is the CEO and co-founder of VaynerMedia.
Okay, that works for me. All right, so we got the color. I'm going to go ahead and actually believe I'm going to leave that just the way it is. The only difference is I'm going to actually come in and I'm going to add a margin around it. So let's take this to 45 and add 45 on the bottom. Alright, so now that we have that, the next thing is this jumbled mess. Basically put, you want to make sure that there's extra padding on it. That way it's not too close to this color. And then I'm going to actually do a headline above it. So first things first is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit the pencil here to make sure it's on the right thing. Then we're going to add padding. Let's go 60, looks about right. Then from here, we're going to come back to content. And we're going to right click and select all. And center. Alright, so now that you have that, we're going to now go in here and we're going to come back here, let that process for a second, and I'm going to grab another heading and I'm going to drop it in right above this content. And I'm going to do the same thing with this as I did the other ones. We're going to go ahead and do more about Gary Vaynerchuk. And I'm going to go ahead and remove more and do about Gary Vaynerchuk. We'll center it, let that process, because we all remember what happened last time. Alright, we're going to go to style, text color, take that to the green. Typography, let's take this little big. Let's go, there we go. And you can change, you can make it go bigger, smaller. You can make it to where it's got the extra spacing this way. If you're doing the entire thing with the same spacing. So I'm going to put this at 3. Let's add some extra spacing in it. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to fight with this again. See if we can get the get it centered. And that's, like I said, sometimes technology doesn't like you, especially if you're recording stuff. If you're recording stuff and then you're still having issues, that's the kicker. Anytime you record anything live, it seems to be the main thing that stops you. There we go. Everything will go wrong if you're trying to record stuff. So anyway, so I have this. I have the about. I got the Web Expo. And I'm actually going to do a little text above this. So we're going to go ahead and go back here. Let's add a heading above the video. And same thing probably. So let's go ahead and say watch the video that started it all. And with this one, I'm not going to go with green on this one. I'm going to make it a little different. We're going to make this just a dark gray. And then come back to the content. Okay. Well, if you just click the daylights out of it, it seems to work that way too. And now I'm going to come back here, do the typography, and let's try to get it. There we go. Nice and big, get that going. And now I'm going to actually come in here and we're going to come down to letter spacing. Get it a little bit wider, and then the line height, and get this with some extra spacing there in between everything. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and click save. It's taking a second. And there's the process bar in case if you guys don't see it. Moving along the line. But basically, while that finishes, just a few things. You know, if you're in the middle of building a site and you have questions, you run into some issues. As you see, there's still stuff I'm personally working out on this. I've been working with this template, build out template that I've done probably for about a month now. So there's still a few things I'm figuring out. There's still a lot of things that I'm, testing with this site. So feel free, if you know some tips or tricks, let me know. If you're coming across issues and something's not happening, or you want a specific look and not sure how to get it, feel free to shoot me a message. I'll be glad to walk you through it as much as I can. And if I can't at the exact moment, I'll do my best to figure it out and get back to you as soon as I can. So basically we're going to go back through. Everything looks good. Now it's time to check it on the tablet setting. I like the way it looks on the tablet setting. This, not so much though. So we're going to come in here and I'm going to go back and we're going to change that. And you see the different things here, so we can make sure that's just that way on the tablet. Same thing here. Everything down here looks good. Now let's go to mobile. Okay, this definitely has to be changed. So we're going to go to style here. Same thing here. And I'm going to actually get this more center. And I like the way it looks. So the thing I missed last time, you're going to go ahead and hit save. This is going to process, make sure it's saved for the desktop, tablet, and mobile. Once you get that done, hit the X to exit out and go to dashboard. And then you're going to go ahead and publish that page. And I'm going to go ahead and update this one because that page was already published. So I'm going to make sure that's updated here as well. And then we're going to come over here and open it up in a new tab and see how it looks like full screen. So watch the video that started it all. We have this. We have the headline, which needs a little bit more padding right here underneath it so it's even. So we'll get to that in a second. We got the video. Looks good. And then the about section. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the edit the page. Edit with Elementor, and we're going to go in here and fix this section real quick. Soon as it loads. Okay, so we're loaded. We're going to come in here and check this. And we needed the spacing. If you come back here, you're going to see we need the spacing underneath it. So we're going to go ahead and check on this, advanced, uncheck the padding, and add bottom padding. Let's go to 25 and save. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. Alright, so we got that done. That's saved. That spacing's good. Spacing's good. Spacing's good. Awesome. So now we have that page finished. The next thing I'm going to need to do is actually change. Of course, we got this as the bio. But I'm going to change it on the home page. So we're going to come back to the home page and we're going to make sure, just like, well, let me refresh here. I don't think I've refreshed this page. Yeah, so just like this, we'll go to the how to start page. We're going to do where it started here. So basically I'm going to come in here and edit with Elementor. And I'm going to come back to this page and we're going to grab the URL, copy that, and we're going to come down here and link to custom URL and paste the URL in and hit save. And that's going to turn that into a link. And the next thing we're going to do is the connect with Gary V link or page. This one's going to be fun for me, really, because it's just I have no idea at all what I'm doing for it. Now, I only have about 10-15 minutes left until I have to hit the road and head out to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday. So if you're watching this, wish her a happy birthday. Her name is Linda, by the way. So basically I'm going to go ahead and come back to the dashboard here. Wrong button. There we go. Go to dashboard. And I'm going to go ahead and save this again, even though I saw that it updated. I'm going to go ahead and update it again and make sure that's good. And once that finishes, it says it's updated. We're going to click add new to add a new page. And we're basically going to go connect. And this is going to basically take place at the contact page. I'm not actually creating a contact page. If you want to email him, he says his email all the time in his podcasts and the like Ask Gary V show and stuff, but it's not really something that you need to bombard him with emails unless you actually have something, you know, that you need to do privately. So this is basically just going to be a connection type thing to showcase some of his social networks. So connect with Gary. And we're going to come down here, content layout, 100% full width, and title, disable. And then we're going to save draft. And this is where you'll have to publish this once you finish editing with Elementor. But for right now, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit with Elementor, get the builder up. And this isn't going to be anything fancy, right? It's just going to be a very, very, very basic page. So I'm going to go ahead and use the image. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the image that we used originally on the home page. So we're going to add a new section. And this is going to be, let's do it like this. We're going to change the background, stretch, full width, change the style, background to that lovely green, and then I'm going to add an image here, delete this, add image, and it's from the media library. I'm going to use the PNG image of him. Here we go. And alright, so I'm going to insert the image. Here it is. Once again, you're going to have to mess with the padding. So I'm going to come in here and go advanced, uncheck this. See if that changes. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is go in, and it didn't. So I'm going to come back over here, advanced. And let's drop the margin. Wrong one. don't know why I keep going to the top. Okay. All right, there we go. We got that set, and I'm going to actually add some to the top, just like I did on the home page. And now this section is going to be social media, social icons. There we go. All right, and now we're just going to go ahead and add the icons. So first thing is his Facebook. So we're going to go to Facebook. And we're going to go Gary Vaynerchuk. And copy the link. And see, that's something I didn't realize. He is not Gary V on Facebook. So that's something we're going to have to change on the other page. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that link in there. And I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I think it's Gary V everywhere. So I'm going to have to change that. Facebook, Gary V, yep. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So we're going to go dashboard. Dummy me. Let's go appearance, customize. And I apologize for taking so long doing this stuff, but like I said, I didn't want to get super organized. I wanted you guys to see that, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. Everyone has issues. So we're going to come in social menu, come down to Facebook, and paste, publish. But yeah, I wanted to make sure everyone understood that this is something, you know, everybody does it. You know, I've been building websites since, well, WordPress websites since about 2008, 2009. Professionally, full-time since 2011. And so that's something where, you know, everybody makes mistakes. And mistakes are all right. So we'll go to widgets and change the footer widget, the about widget. And footer 1. And Facebook. All right, so we're going to come down here and hit save. Now that that's done, we're going to come back here and we're going to go over to Twitter. Grab his URL there. Very easy. It's the first one to pop up. All right, so now we're going to come over here, grab that URL, put that in. I'm not going to use Google+, but I am going to add item. We're not going to do WordPress. We're going to go ahead and change that out. And do, actually, we're going to go Spotify. All right. And so if you go to Gary's account, let's see here. I know he posted it earlier. There we go. Okay. And we'll copy link address. Add account. And Instagram. And then we'll go grab his Instagram. And I knew it, but copying it adds all the other stuff, so it works easier for me. So we'll go ahead and grab that, put the Instagram in, add another icon. And we got Instagram. We'll add his Medium account. So we'll go Gary V. Grab that URL. Come back and add that in. And let's go ahead and, well, I'll get to that in a second. Okay. So, let's see what else we got. We got Spotify, Instagram, Medium, Facebook, Twitter. LinkedIn, which is if you're not connected and follow him on LinkedIn, you definitely should. He does share some really good business advice and stuff there. I mean, he does everywhere, but you know what I mean. And so we'll go Gary Vaynerchuk. All right, and so come in here, copy that, paste, add item. It really wants his WordPress, I'm telling you. So we're going to come through here, like I said, look and see if there's anything else really that you want to share. And he's got a lot of this stuff. I'm not going to get too deep into this. Only one, yep, there we go. The only one left is YouTube. So now we're going to come back in here, click on his channel, and copy the channel and paste here. So now that we have that, you can change the shapes, make them circle, make them square. We're going to make it circle for now. And then we're going to go in and I'm going to add a heading. Connect on social media with Gary Vaynerchuk. Go center, change that font to white, and typography, make this a little bigger. We're going to change the line height, give it some extra spacing. And that's good for that. So now we're going to come back and I'm going to add a text editor in between the two. Get started with the color. Center. And then over to content. Okay. So I'm going to highlight this and you will find icons for Gary social media accounts below. If you do not already subscribe, like, and follow Gary at Gary V. The links below. Alright, so I got that. We're going to go ahead and let's change this to 18. Nah, too big. 14. There we go. And then I'm going to actually, I want more padding here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into advanced and we're going to add padding to the bottom. There we go. Alright, so we got that. It's going to basically be nothing but the header, this section, and the footer, which is totally fine. That's exactly the way I want it. And you can come in here. Let's see here where we're at. Style. Change the size of the icons if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and leave them at about 30. Not going to touch this. We're going to take this back down to 0. Or not. That's still too much. There we go. Okay. Icon hover. Let's see here. Pulse and see. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're going to keep that the way it sits. Don't need any more changes and whatnot with the margins and whatnot. But we do need to view it in tablet mode. Make sure it's good in tablet mode, and it is not. So basically we're going to come back into style. We're going to change that. We're going to change the style for the icons and tablet. Alright, and sorry about the dog. And so we got the tablet done. I like the way that looks on the tablet. So now let's go ahead and change this to mobile. And all we're doing on this one is changing the spacing and whatnot. I just passed it. For the icons. And there you have it. Actually, let's go ahead and change this a little bit. Let's go style. All right, there you have it. We'll change the style here as well. And I'm going to change this, make it go. There we go. All right. So once you have the way you want it there, be sure to save. And of course, like I always say, be sure. I apologize. I've not yet gotten the featured image training done yet, and we'll go ahead and go to dashboard. But that is something you want to make sure that you do on every single page. It helps for SEO if you have the image saved for the web. Alt tag, description, stuff like that helps for SEO, and it also helps for the display as far as what people see. We're going to go ahead and hit publish, get this live. Cover what people actually see when it comes down to the when it's shared on social media. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and go into appearance and menus. And we're going to add connect with Gary. And save menu. And this is where it's going to get a little bit weird. Because you may not want to keep all of these the way it is. So you're going to come out here, and I'm not going to touch this. There we go. So I'm going to open it up in a new tab. View the actual page itself. Okay. So what I'm looking for is to see how the menu sits with the different sizes. So we're going to drag the screen in. And that's what I'm talking about. It's fine. It's not a deal breaker if, your spacing in the header doesn't look right like this. But I would recommend try to see what you can do to shorten the titles if this is happening and you don't like the way this looks. So basically you can do that by coming in here. And, for instance, you can take Gary V and go Gary's bio. How to start, might not be able to actually find a better way to word that. But you can come in here and get rid of this and just make this connect. So you can come down here and hit save. Come back here and we're going to see if that actually worked. And refresh. There you go. So basically, if you continue to shorten it, it goes to the menu before it actually spaces down to the other line. So that is how you do that. We're going to come back in and go back here, drop on down. We have how to start, where it started. Now let's do connect with Gary V. So we're going to come back to the site, go to connect page, copy it, and then we're going to come down, edit this and link to custom URL, paste the custom URL in and hit save. And gonna exit out to the dashboard, make sure we save the changes there, update. There we go. And now that that's done, we're going to go back to the site and look through the pages and everything that we have done up until this point. Of course, you have the home page. You ain't really changed much. We have the connect button here, or image that goes to the connect page, how to start page, and where it all started. So everything else looks good. We're going to go through each of these pages, make sure the links work, make sure the page still looks the same. We didn't miss nothing earlier. Everything looks good here. So the next one, we're going to back out, do how to start. Looks, actually, I'm going to add some more padding up at the top here. I just really don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and close these out. Alright, so we're going to go back to edit with Elementor. I'm going to go ahead and hit leave. Because it hasn't changed since I touched it. Okay, so basically we're going to come in and hit edit, advanced, and then we're going to uncheck this and add some padding to the top. Let's go 25. Yeah, 25 works. Hit save. And then exit out to dashboard and update. You don't always have to do update. I just like to take that extra step just to play it safe. So we're going to go back and view that page. Still not what I wanted. Let me refresh this again and see. Do the Elementor in another tab so I can bounce back real quick. Once this loads, alright, so it shows the padding is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into the column itself and we're going to add a padding to the top. Add some margin. That ain't what I want. There we go. And I'll do, I don't know, 12. And we'll do 15. And hit save. I just like the extra little space. I don't want it to look like it's crammed up at the top. Having that space makes this, layered effect, if you will, look a little bit better to me. So let's click save again just to play it safe. And go to dashboard. Alright, so now we're going to refresh this. And there's a good chance if you don't notice the change as you're refreshing the page, like this is right now, there's a good chance you may need to just go ahead and purge current page. And that basically clears out the cache, which most of the time it may, and there's sometimes you have issues and it doesn't work. So basically and that, like I said, it could be not just the cache for the website, but you may need to come in here under advanced or settings, advanced, whatnot, to your class for your browser. I'm not going to go through all that right now. I'm going to basically just go back to the home page and double check on the connect button to make sure that's done on the home page. And we should be good for the training for today. Let's see here. I like it. There we go. You see some blue here, or blue. It's definitely not Friday. Honestly, I'm thinking more about the food here in a few days than anything with Thanksgiving coming up. But we got the green line that's very faint down there. So I'm going to go ahead and change that padding to 10. And I don't know why I thought it was 9. I don't know. My mind hasn't really been working lately. I'm really thinking about that food. But anyways, for those of you who don't know, I'm diabetic. So I set specific days when I'm going to, if you will, cheat. There we go. All right. Because I do that a lot, right? I'll find days where I'm... nope, I did that wrong. There we go. I'll find days where I can cheat, and I'm like, this day or this meal or whatever it is, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And, of course, I'm still careful with what I eat. But anyways, so now you know why my brain didn't work. And I'm really looking forward to having some good turkey and mashed potatoes. And I hope I'm making you hungry, too, so we can suffer together. All right. So we're going to go back to dashboard. We got the connect page done. We got the how to start page done. And I believe that's it. So we're going to come over here. We got this one done. So we're going to go back to add more videos. And I'm going to add this one up and get this one uploaded for you guys. Headed out. I'm a little bit going to be running a little bit behind, but I'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here, go have lunch with my mother-in-law and my wife and my father-in-law. And other than that, you guys have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you who have watched, it means the world to me. I'll holler at you guys later. Have a good one.